Are you wondering about the cost of living in San Jose? Possibly you have a job offer and you're wondering, after all the inflation we experienced post-pandemic, are the costs in San Jose even worse? Well, stay tuned, we're covering that today. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with Homeowner Experience Real Estate, and today we're going to get into average salaries, the population and demographics of San Jose, as well as the cost of energy and housing, and all this information to help you make an informed decision. Okay, so let's jump over here to our slides and check out our first update to the video we did in 2022. And this here is our population. As we talked about in 2022, the population was starting to decrease, and indeed it shows a decrease of 10% since 2020. Now, why are people leaving this beautiful Silicon Valley with most amazing weather and top paying jobs? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, probably during the pandemic, a lot of people didn't like the lockdown and rules we had. So a lot of people tend to leave the area and relocate out of state. Also, the cost of living, as you're going to see in this video, is pretty high, and some people just decided it does not make sense to live here. Or with the option to work remotely during the pandemic, others left and kept their Silicon Valley job and moved to the area where they were happier. So you are seeing a population decrease recently because of all these factors, but keep in mind that the greater San Jose metro area is well over 1 million people, because we're bordered by several smaller cities like Santa Clara and Campbell and Cupertino, and so many other areas that all kind of meld into one, making San Jose feel like a really large city, though it's quite spread out. You will see that the density and the land area are quite large. Can you believe that San Jose city limits are 177 square miles? Quite big, and it's fitting lots of people. Now, the salaries that we reported in 2022 have actually gone up, as you would expect and hope, especially because the cost of living with inflation has gone up, as we all know. So the on average jobs went up about $8,000 a year. But you will see software engineer previously was $150,000 at the top, and now it's $159,000, and a senior software engineer all the way up to $191,000 a year. Prior was $181,000. So a pretty decent jump in those jobs as well. So yes, most engineers coming into the area are making a really good, strong salary, which helps offset the cost of living that we do see. So let's get into that a little bit. Now, how much do people in this area make, and where do they live? So this is a chart showing San Jose in blue, the San Jose, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara metro area that I mentioned in purple, and then California state as a whole. As you can see, California earners are definitely on the higher end of this scale here with $75,000 or more. Now, I've zoomed into the bottom of this chart here to show you that a huge percentage in San Jose, 17 plus 13 plus 28%, well over 50% of income earners make over $100,000 a year. And in the purple line, you see it's even bigger, with many people, 33%, making over $200,000 a year. So yes, the incomes are really good, and possibly that job offer you got is in that range as well. So the cost of living is 78% higher than the national average. Ouch, that is a huge number. And where are you gonna feel that? Well, first off, you're gonna feel that in your energy bills. Our power is expensive, our water is expensive. But in California, because we have so many sunny days, a lot of people have installed solar panels on their roof, including myself, including several properties that I have sold, and batteries are becoming more and more common. So that does help offset the energy cost. But the housing cost, as you can see, is quite large as well, and much higher than many other areas. So let's talk more about housing. Now, if you're moving into the area, you're probably going to look at renting from the start. So in 2022, rents I've reported for a 2-bedroom apartment were about $3,000 a month. Today, they're almost $4,000 a month. You'll see here a studio of $2,800, a 1-bedroom of $3,000, and a 2-bedroom of $4,300. And that is in downtown San Jose on Santa Clara Street in a larger apartment complex. And then here in Santa Clara area, you see a studio of $3,000, a 1-bedroom of $3,200, and a 2-bedroom of $4,300. And then here in Japantown, which is just outside of downtown San Jose, it's a little bit more reasonable than those other two options, but still well over $4,000 a month for a 2-bedroom. Now let's look at if you wanted to rent a house. In 2022, we quoted a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home of 1,800 square foot of about $4,000 a month. Today, we're looking at more like $4,350 a month for that same size house that I marked here in the Evergreen area of San Jose. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet for $4,350. And you'll see down here a larger home in Blossom Valley for 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, about $5,500 a month. So housing and rentals are quite expensive in this area. So if you think about how much money you need to make, if you want to keep your living expenses about a third of your income, then you need to make about $15,000 a month or more in order to afford these rental prices. Now, what if you wanted to buy a house? Well, the average house in San Jose in December 2023, which is the previous month closed, because I'm recording this in January, was 1.677 million. The median today is 1.525. In September, it was 1.425 million. So it's gone up 100,000, and I'm missing a zero there. The price has gone up 100,000, and you can see here the chart of historical prices in San Jose for housing. The orange line is our average price. The blue line is the median price. And so prices really did spike in early 2022 when interest rates were really affordable. They dipped and corrected as interest rates rose, and they've continued to appreciate in 2023, and we're seeing signs of that already in 2024. The cost of living in San Jose compared to many other areas of the country, as we talked about, is 78% higher than the national average. But here is relative to other cities that maybe you're familiar with or you're coming from. It is still less expensive in San Jose than San Francisco. And that is why a lot of people who work in Silicon Valley or even in tech companies between San Jose and San Francisco choose to live in San Jose because it is more affordable. Now, what is the cost to buy a home? So we talked a little bit about the average and median prices, but what does that actually mean in your pocketbook per month? Well, in San Jose, the single family home, like we talked about, the median price is 1.525. In September 2021, it was 1.425. So it's gone up 100,000, but the biggest difference is when I reported in my last video, interest rates were only 3%, and today we're at 6.5%. But the good news is we are seeing improvement, and we expect 2024 those interest rates to drop to create more affordability. But I do have a video went on last week that talks about the trade-offs of buying now versus waiting. You should check that out if you're thinking about buying in this area. But 20% down is a huge chunk of change at $305,000, making a monthly payment of $7,700 to own your own home, and that's up quite a bit from the 2022 video because of those interest rates mostly, and also some appreciation. So putting that relative, if you look at condos or different neighborhoods in San Jose, you're going to see a varying price difference. Almaden Valley is one of the nicer areas of San Jose, known for schools, has larger lots, a really great community to raise children, and that is on the pricier side, as you can see. Cambrian is also just outside Almaden Valley and doesn't have quite the same yards and lot sizes, but otherwise has the great schools and a great community as well. So it's a little more affordable, but both, as you can see, are higher than the San Jose average prices. So that is quite a big chunk of change on your pocketbook. If you're looking to buy in one of these top neighborhoods, again, multiply that by 3, and that's the amount of income that you should be looking to bring in to afford a property here. So how do people possibly thrive in San Jose with these such expensive prices and cost of living? Well, the first one is they're going to buy a starter home as soon as possible and get equity gain in their pocket. The historical average for this area is 6.6% appreciation a year. It appreciates quite fast compared to the national average. So that does put a lot of equity in your pocket. So as soon as you can own, it's really to your advantage to do that. The second is, with a lot of the companies in this area, there are stock options, and people use those stocks to put a larger down payment on their home. And people have a lot of dual income families that are bringing in 2 really strong incomes to help the cost of living here. And the fourth one is, again, you just really want to own a property to gain equity, because here in the San Jose area, you can gain equity like no other. In the last 3 years, people on average gained $360,000 in equity in their pocket. Whoa, that is so huge. And if you're a dual income household or a household that has 2 people on title, you only get a maximum of $500,000 exemption from a capital gains tax when you sell. So just in 3 years, you're getting really close to that number where it might make sense to sell and upgrade or buy something else so that you can take your money free and clear. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative and giving you a relative feel of what it costs to live in San Jose if you're considering moving here. There are 2 videos that I recommend you watch. The first is, what does $1 million in San Jose get you in 2024? That'll help you understand what a starter home might look like and cost to get started, as well as the 5 best areas to live in San Jose. I just updated that video for 2024 as well. Please subscribe, like, or comment below if I can help you in any way. And I love working with my YouTube viewers, so please reach out for a custom consultation and we can help you find the right neighborhood for you.